But let's stream a little bit earlier. That's a studio you can get behind. Being lazy is pretty great. Oh yeah, I heard the text was kind of tiny. And the text is kind of tiny. Even for me. Yeah, that text is kind of small. I'm not doing anything, by the way. It is not me. All good games start off with with a loved one being hit by a car. I think we got hit by a car. Are we considered a loved one? Oof. I mean, someone hopefully loves you. I mean, I'm still not doing anything, by the way. This text is rolling by itself. We're not playing this game for the story. Hopefully the story is interesting, but I'm not playing this game for the story. This background is definitely render clouds or render difference clouds in Photoshop. 100%. The deepest lore. Is it my turn to... Nope. Okay. Alright, so WASD controller. Controller is not working. Steam page said it had controller support. That is not the case. Alrighty. Where did it say it wanted? Okay. F. Do I have to hold it down? I do. Alright, so... Okay, so... I do not progress the text at all. So if you read really slowly like I do, you have a little bit of an issue. Although I'm guessing it'll probably only be this way for like the story portions. I'm sure it'll get somewhere where I can progress the text at the pace that I want to. Interesting that I went from one pixel game to another pixel game. Kind of just noticed that right now. Because you're supportive of indie studios? You say so? I'm not really supportive of indie studios mostly. When's the last indie game that I bought? You know, Alt-Tab. And find out, but then, you know, it'd get rid of my... Or it'd minimize the game, so... This is legit surprising me. I figured you would be pretty supportive of indie dudes. What's the most politically correct way I could say this? How about a lot of the indie game kind of, we'll call it industry, has been... Hey, what's up, Smiggy? Let's say the indie games scene has relied a lot on word of mouth. And there are some developers out there that have a lot of notoriety. And that notoriety kind of encompasses a big portion of the indie scene. And so when those guys do something bad, it kind of looks bad, and unfairly, it looks bad on all the other indie studios. So an example, abusing early access. You know, putting out a game that's clearly unfinished and then never finishing that game. Or like, let's say with Ark, they put out a game and it wasn't even finished. Or they said it wasn't finished, or they didn't do... they said they were going to have an expansion or something like that, and they released an expansion of the game while it was still in early access or something like that. Like there are some developers out there that really give the indie games a bad, I don't know, bad taste in your mouth, a bad impression. And so it requires a consumer to be looking at the indie games with a more scrutinizing look, I guess. And that's kind of where I'm at. I have very specific wants out of indie games. And when they start off in early access, that basically removes them from my pool for a very specific amount of time. And that's the time that it takes for them to get out of early access. And then I can actually look at this game and be like, is this something that I want? Does this meet the needs that I want out of this game? I think there's also a lot of indie games trying to recapture a moment from childhood, and it ends up rehashing the same ground. Yes, there is also that. 100%. Cautious? Yeah. I feel like it's gone a little bit beyond cautious, though. It's kind of like skepticism. I'm gonna lower this one down. These lights as well. All right, you've unlocked new technology. Okay, so let's that there. Get a beer from the tavern. Okay, so I have seen a little bit of this game, and I do know that I don't really want to. I really do have to hold this down. Long new technology. I do know that I don't want to bury bodies until like a specific point. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Only indie game you've actually finished is Shovel Knight. I heard a lot of good things about Shovel Knight. I continue to hear a lot of good things about Shovel Knight. For me, and this might not actually fall under the same I don't know, area, but and this qualifies for Shovel Knight, which is why I was reminded of it. But one issue I have with the indie game scene is it feels like, even though this is probably not the reality, it feels like they're all platformers. And yeah, Dante, right there. Use the blueprint desk at the graveyard. Mark a site for the grave, and then dig it with your shovel. Be careful to put the body or what remains of it in the grave. Bury it, decorate. Warning, do not Use goat skulls or upside down stars for decoration. Interesting. Alrighty. Okay, so we want a grave site. Do there. F. Dig that. Shovel Knight was fun. You enjoyed it? Nice, pretty good. What I hear. Yeah. You love classic Castlevanias? I still think I haven't played. Either I haven't played any Castlevania. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't played any Castlevanias. But yeah, I am sick and tired of seeing platformers. And it just seems like every time I go look at an indie game, even if it itself is not indie, it's surrounded by tons of indie games. I'm just like, come on, guys. Can't we step outside of the box a little bit more? We don't got to recreate Mario. Mario's already the top echelon. Do something new. We'll talk to Homeboy Slice. I still am not progressing the text, by the way. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, I think I could probably leave it at that. Where I don't buy a lot of indie games because of those reasons. This is probably the first indie game I've bought in a long time. Alright, so current location name important, location information, the graveyard quality, the church appeal, repair graves to increase graveyard's overall quality. You'll probably need special reasons to do that. You've unlocked new technology. Quality needs to be at least 5. Then I'll be promoted. That's something that continued to surprise you? The quality of Mario games over the year? Yeah. It's... Nintendo really does like the craziest QA and game design philosophies. Like they just go all out. This is a Steam game, or are we talking the Switch? This is a Steam game. I want to play it with a controller. I have my controller right here, my Xbox 360 controller, but I can't use it. It's plugged in. I see the light. Alright, you come here on this thing. Got it. I don't know if I've ever played a bad Mario game. Let me finish. A bad Mario game that is a 3D platformer that progresses the 3D Mario games, like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey. You've never played a bad Mario game? Play Superstar Sticker. That is the worst Mario game I've ever played. Or the worst game that had Mario's name attached to it. Body's been laid to rest. You can trade its burial certificate for money at the tavern. Interesting. Okay. Oh. About town. Haven't played a straight up bad 3D Mario game, but most of them are mediocre and doesn't offer anything new. really... I mean, I think I could see that from a surface level. Or at least I could agree with that on a surface level. In that it is a platformer game. And so the goal of that game is to jump places, to do platforming, to get to new areas via movement. But I really think that the games have kind of offered drastically new aesthetics and mechanics that kind of revitalize each entry. Like Odyssey, for example, was kind of huge in that. Let me get through this. To craft new items, you'll need to unlock the relevant technology. This costs tech points. Press tab to open the technology tree. Red points represent your handcrafting skills and your ability to work with materials. Green points represent your knowledge about the nature of things and nature itself. Blue points represent your spiritual knowledge of the immaterial world. You earn points enough by doing anything. Also, you can get points by studying new items at a special table. Unlocked stone stockpile. Timber stockpile. Oh dear. Okay. We got a lot of stuff. Yes. Okay. What am I on? I'm on building. Anatomy. So this is the one that it is recommended that I get right away, because by removing the blood, I think it helps with something or something. So I think I'm going to work towards that one first. Sure, let's take all this. Alright, so there's my energy up there. Oh my gosh. I have minus 28 graveyard. Yeah, I haven't played that. I played the Paper Mario on 64 and the GameCube, and they were both highly enjoyable. I still haven't played Paper Mario. It's on the list. Promise. Not saying all of them. Odyssey, for example, was pretty solid. I was pretty happy with Odyssey. But then again, you know, I'm going around saying that I've been pretty happy with all the 3D Mario games. I even liked Mario Sunshine, and that seems to be the black sheep. Alright, so I have no energy. Need to go to a shield relay. My energy back. Oh, and it's gonna be nighttime. I don't know if anything, like, I don't know enough about this game. A ghost of a person. Never played Sunshine for some reason. People keep telling me it's hard. It's been a while since I played it, so I don't remember much about it, but I do remember it being a little challenging. Enjoyed Nintendo's willingness to branch out with their main IPs into other stuff, like Luigi's Mansion, the game you never knew you needed but love. Luigi's Mansion is pretty cool. Super Smash Brothers is a good example of that. Mario and Luigi games on the handheld consoles are good examples of that. There are definitely duds, like what is it, Star Fox Lost Planet or something like that, with one that had Crystal in it. That one was a special game. Let me see. What other? There's more. I'm forgetting a lot of them. Forgot about those, the Mario and Luigi Brother RPGs. You enjoyed one of those you played? I played a couple of them, and I enjoyed every single one of them. They were all super enjoyable. I actually gave my mom a couple of those games, and she really enjoyed them too. She also really likes Super Mario RPG. You know, she likes the games where you get to press like 1 to 2 buttons. Alrighty, to dig up a corpse you need the license. The old keeper used to mail them through the mailbox near the church. Yeah, that Star Fox game was all kinds of craziness. You know, when I played it way back when, I didn't even think it was that bad of a game, honestly. It was all right. Okay, let's gotta sell that. We'll just get rid of those two, because I don't know what those are gonna. Oh my gosh. Tools have durability. Come on, man. Don't do this to me, man. Alright, so they want me to go down here. Can't run. Never played Star Fox until the SNES Classic. Not your thing, really. You understand that it was really unique for its time, but not so much by today's standards. Absolutely. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's a pretty terrible game nowadays. It probably doesn't hold up at all. But it was pretty good way back in the day. Those were cutting edge graphics. Still enjoy Star Fox 64? I haven't played it since forever. The one thing that I really enjoyed about StarCraft 64, more than anything, was the multiplayer, like, battle mode. That was so much fun. It was awesome. StarCraft 64, no more alcohol. There actually was a StarCraft on the 64, and I'm not gonna lie, my first time playing StarCraft was on the 64, and I liked it. I liked it. It was a lot of fun to play on the 64. You know, obviously, when I played it on the PC, it was better. But, you know, for someone who didn't have a computer and went over to a friend's house, and he's like, yeah, I got StarCraft 64. I was like, yo, this game is crazy. This is why we can't be friends. Don't be like that, Dante. You gotta just embrace You know, the console plebs out there, like, that was me once upon a time. And that was the only StarCraft we could have. Oh, it actually exists, forgive me. Or forgive you. I actually didn't even mean to say StarCraft 64. I meant to say Star Fox, but still a great little tangent, you know? Zero Embrace. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. I think they actually announced today that Diablo for the Switch, that's going to be a thing. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Is it just because they butchered StarCraft that you don't like it, or you know, what is it? Let's trade, sir. Griswold. Alright, I don't progress the text. It's actually kind of nice, because, like, if I didn't want to pay attention, I just don't have to pay attention. And, like, I can't be blamed for progressing the text too quickly. So, there's kind of nice, I guess. Alrighty, so I want to sell this bad boy. Tier 2. Items unlocked when the vendor gets to Tier 2. I don't see. Stuff looks kind of expensive. Alright, so take the letter to Griswold. Basically, RTS just can't go on a console. They end up shallow and painful. Then you have to spend a week in a dark room weeping. That's very fair. 100%. I don't blame you for having those. And it was a long time ago, so... You know, a lot of people forget about it. Oh, I thought it was time for me to bounce. That being said, you love Pikmin. Pikmin is pretty good. I still haven't beaten a Pikmin game, I don't think. If I did, it was Pikmin 1, and it was within the last 5 years or so. Might consider buying Diablo for the Switch. Played it on PS4 at your friend's house. Works surprisingly well with controller. I was actually going to get into that in that I heard some really good things about Diablo on a console. Heard they ported it over really, really well. And they balance it separately from PC. Like, any developer that's able to do that should do. I gotta be careful with the words there, because can't necessarily request that on developers that don't have the capabilities of doing it. I need to do something about this. You know, like maybe like paint it blue or something. All right, give him the ink. Give him the paper. Where can I find it? Church, or maybe you can make it. Get some from the astrologer. All right, dog. About the astrologer. I have Diablo on the PC, and I put some time into that. I bought Diablo 3 when Reaper of Souls came out. I bought them as like a $60 bundle or $50 bundle, or however much it costs when it was bundled together on release. Flat as a pan. And I was very, very happy with the gameplay of Diablo 3. The story, you know, I bet you They already went through this and I just wasn't paying attention, so I apologize for wasting time. Let's go find this blacksmith. Alright, so first order of business, let's turn up the music here because I don't think you guys can hear it. And I can barely hear it. Ooh, controls. Oh. That's not remapping controls. That is that is something else. So can go back to controls here. So space to attack with the sword, tab to open the game menu, ITN to open a specific tab. Open the map is not even bound, which means maybe I just don't have access to that yet. Oh, right there. Alright, so I cannot like choose a specific quest to kind of track, I guess. I just gotta walk around looking for this guy. And he might be right here. Hey! Yeah, Reaper made Diablo 3 much better. It was great. My biggest criticisms of Diablo 3 are... Maybe that music's a little too loud, but... biggest criticisms of Diablo 3 were story and voice acting. Needed a lot of work, in my opinion. Mostly the story. Holy moly, the story. The letter. You know, I don't call very many stories bad. I have a pretty low bar that it takes for a story to be passable. I think I would call the Diablo 3 story bad. Actually, I probably would. Wouldn't be Diablo, would you? No, absolutely not, Uncle. Like this rusty sword. Eee. Which is broken, but you can pair it with a whetstone on the grinder behind him. Little too simple. What's the best way to describe it? Like, it didn't do enough. Alright, so I play JRPGs. Bad writing is a thing that I am all too familiar with. But holy moly, was the writing in Diablo 3 just something else. Different actions in the game spend your energy. Crafting, gathering, and fighting take energy. Fighting has been known to take health as well. Press space to attack. You can always refill your health and energy with food and potions. Press tab to open inventory. Sleeping will also restore your health and energy. Okay. So let's unlock that. Felt like a mess. I feel like everything you can think of how a story goes wrong can be applied to Diablo 3. It was a mess. Hey. Alright, so let's that bad boy right there. I got the hiccups. Can't go. Oh. Alright, so I don't know how I feel about spacebar being the attack button. It's 2 slimes. How many did he need? 3? Who is this guy? Name is Dig. Lives in like a gigantic pot. And his beard is going around his neck all the way to the other side of his shoulder. That's pretty hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen anybody wear their beard like that. Yeah, I gotta turn down the music. Bring me some honey and I'll teach you how to make a cake. I can do that. By reducing it just a little bit. Okay, so need to kill like 1 more slime. I can do some other stuff. Where am I gonna find another slime? Just gonna go through this quickly because this person doesn't seem important. Oh, they didn't get those little like title bars or anything like that. Where you at, slime? Who you be? Oh, you know, another thing that this game doesn't have, actually, is tab out sound. I really wish it did. I really wish it did. Alright, so it looks like I can't... Oh, here's what are the chances that I'm gonna get Animal Crossing right here? Oh. Hey! I didn't get bees to kill me. Sting me in my eye. A little bit of a hitch right there. People wait in the tall trees. Where's Homeboy Slice? Am I going too far? Ah, there he is. Give me my cake. Oh, he needs 5? 5? Where am I supposed to find 5? Oh, you know what? I think I did get stung. My health went down. Alright, so I guess I just need to do more manual labor. Alright, so this is the map. Okay. So, There's that, I guess. Lost track of what I was supposed to do. Gonna take this one step at a time. Here we go. Airplane. Man, it is still hot. It's not even that hot today, but it's still hot. Might be because I have my window shade down. I'm streaming a little bit earlier today. Well, a lot earlier today. The heck? Unlocked new technology. Oh yeah, I was supposed to get this guy a beer. Yeah, tell me how to get home. What a jerk. How was the skeleton supposed to drink beer anyways? Alright, so I remember there being like a mushroom somewhere. I guess I'll find it later. I want to go back to the graveyard, get some stuff removed over here, handle that business. I get both of them for that. That's nice. Okay, so I just need to remove one more. Okay. So then, technologies. Grab that one. Alright. So I think I'm set to do whatever I want now. Oh, the mushrooms. I'm pressing F right now. Okay. It's for wood logs. It's for stone. Can we do it? Nope. Okay. Game is what it is at the moment. Nothing too crazy. I think they wanted me to go down here. $80 snake was an achievement. What we got in these? Really, that takes energy? Are you serious? Just open a bag. Let's cook some stuff, I guess. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Cooking table. There we go. I don't have any water. I think food is only for replenishing energy. Okay, so I guess we'll just let that cook. You're competing with other players, or is this a single player game? This, as far as I'm aware, is a single player game. Use a blueprint desk to access the building interface and start building or removing an object. Some objects will be built immediately. Some of them will need a hammer. Or a little extra work with your hammer. Spend time and energy. I don't have any of that stuff. Grindstone. So... like, I guess I need to figure out how to make... Missing... Building... Here we go, sawing. Alright, so I need more of these little point things. I guess I just gotta go around and do stuff. Go around and do stuff. I will say 100% that I think once upon a time this used to be my kind of game. I don't know how it'll fare for me in today's world. I can't remove those things. Oh, basically the gist of how I understand this game is it's oh, how am I supposed to describe this game? I guess like a Harvest Moon kind of game, except instead of a farm, it's a graveyard. I haven't played a Harvest Moon game in forever. Oops. There we go. There we go. Alright, so just need 5 little strength ones. Alright, we got 5 little strength ones. We'll grab that. Okay. Sawhorse, aha! Alright, we gotta remove these things. Kind of obnoxious that some things require F and some things require E. Need to fix it to continue using it. Lovely. Not enough energy. I'll take that. Energy does run out pretty quick. Haven't done hardly anything. Cut down like 2 trees and is that really compelling? To have like is energy being a gate to doing stuff? Is that better? Is it better than just not having energy? I'm guessing there's some like game design decision to limiting things with energy, but I don't know. Seems strange. Because my immediate comparison is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, you can do whatever you want for as long as you want. And there are no penalties, no nothing. Alright, so let's move this bad boy right there. And I think that's the timber stockpile, so I don't think we need another one of those. Stone stockpile, looks like we have one of those. Furnace, we do not. I'm gonna go for a furnace next. Place for stones. Great, so I want to craft you. I'd like a couple of those. Like, the day and night cycle go by pretty quickly too. Alright, so I have 6 of those things. Need more stone, and I need more of these things. Which requires an anvil. Where do I get an anvil? For the garden. I don't see an anvil on here. Oh, you know what? I bet you... There it is. Oh, no. Well, that's stone cutter. Where's anvil? Be smithing? There we go. So I need one more thingamabobber. Red thing. Come on. Boiled again. I don't know. At least it's not. I haven't played Stardew Valley, but at least it's not that where if it reaches nighttime, you just get like kicked out of whatever you're doing.